Ladies and gentlemen, we take pride in presenting In Color.
My Favorite Vinyl with Don Tanner.
And good morning to you. You're listening to WEFT Champaign-Urbana and the radio show where we let our guests put the needle on the record of their favorite songs and wax poetic on anything and everything. This is My Favorite Vinyl. It's straight up 8 o'clock, Monday. I'm Don Tanner, and very pleased to have a couple of guests with us this morning as we get set for the baseball season. Again, congratulations to the Fighting Illini on a fantastic basketball season, but we're looking to baseball now, and we are joined in the studio by Tom Gray, the commissioner, and Rick Schoell, co-chair of the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League. How are you guys this morning?
Very good, Don.
Good.
Really good, Don. Thanks for having us here.
Well, we appreciate it. So you guys are gearing up for the next season. For those that are not familiar with the Challenger League, what is it exactly?
Well, it's a league that is built for children with disabilities. Our age group goes from 5 years old all the way up to 21. And we kind of cheat on that a little bit. Sometimes we bring them in a little early, and sometimes we keep them around a little bit longer. And I think one of our players is 28. So
was he or she redshirted for a couple of years?
I think that's we had to do that. And then there was the trading deadlines and all that other stuff, and the draft. It was pretty tough.
And then a couple of kids entered the portal, and we had
NIL.
to cover. Yeah.
What are you going to do?
They were holdouts, yeah.
Well, so go ahead. A little bit more, then we'll tie into Kiwanis, because those that listen to WEFT know Rick Schoell very, very well from his Thursday jazz show. But we're all Kiwanians in here. You mentioned the league. We're going to talk a lot about it and how you can get involved with it, whether you're a parent with a child that would like to be a part or volunteers. But Rick, how did you get involved? How did Kiwanis get involved in this?
Well, I'll start with my involvement first, and I joined Kiwanis in 2010 and was interested in helping. Of course, Kiwanis' mission is to serve the youth, and particularly globally, but in our community as well. And one of my fellow Kiwanians, Dave Schoell, said, "I've got an interesting opportunity for you," and he introduced me to the Challenger League. And
was that Dave Schoell that used to be on Channel 3?
Absolutely, or
Dave
WCIA, the anchor. That was Dave, and. Dave got me involved, and I went out there, and he sort of mentored me. And then I met Tom Gray through Dave Schoell, and it's become one of the great experiences of my life. So I've been with the league now 17 years, and I'll tell you, it's been one of the most rewarding experiences of my life.
No, I bet. And Tom, I know that it originally was founded. We'll hold on that for a second. But you've been involved with the league since the beginning?
Since 2000.
Okay.
So 26 years, 27.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So the league started in 1998. Just kind of little heads up, and the league actually belongs to Little League. So CU Kiwanis was always in charge for, I want to say 100 years, it seems like, but for a long, long time. They're the ones that started Little League here in town.
Okay.
Dave Schoell, when he was a little kid, played for Little League here in town.
Interesting.
So that's how that all started. And then in 2000, a good friend, Mr. T, Bob Tolson, he was the commissioner of the Park District, and or he's in charge of the Park District. And he asked me if I wanted to be a Kiwanian. And he said, "Come to a meeting with me." Mm-hmm. So I sat at the table with all the Bobs. There was a table of Bobs there. They all hung out together, and I got asked to be a Kiwanian. I stood up one of the meetings, and they asked questions about who are you, and just kind of an introduction. And on that same day, Tom Jones wheels up to me, and first thing he says, he goes, "I want you to be a part of the Tom Jones Challenger League." Because he knew I was interested in baseball, and I coached my kids and everything else. So that's how all that started. And when Tom Jones asks you to do something, you don't say no.
Well, he was a legend in this town. I've watched him do sports growing up.
The real Tom Jones. That's the way we look at it. So
absolutely.
And I think that's how it started for me. And I started out as a volunteer the first year. The next year I was a coach. And next thing I know, Tom put me in charge of the league.
That's fantastic. And you, Rick, you came along a little bit after that.
Yes, I did, and started out working with the coaches, and then evolved into other roles. But like I said, it's been a league. Well, Tom, we'll be celebrating. We started in, like you said, 1998, 2000 was when it officially kicked off. And I remember when the people were telling me the history of it. Tom started this league with one team and about 10 players. And today we have 10 teams with over 140 players. So it's evolved into this just wonderful community league for these special people.
That's fantastic. Well, there's an official, we're going to play some songs, too, that you guys curated. Baseball themes, of course. And tell us about the first one by Ben Rudnick.
Well, I was introduced to this song. I went out there and this song was playing one day at our games, and it's actually Challenger League Baseball by Ben, and it's been sort of is that an anthem? Would that be right, Tom?
Exactly, that is our anthem, and we try and play it every single the beginning of the season. My most favorite thing to do before the games start in the morning is sing "Happy Birthday" to everybody. But other than that, I think this is our song.
Well, let's give it a listen. This is Ben Rudnick, the Challenger League Baseball song, and this is WEFT, my favorite vinyl.
Challenger Baseball, Challenger Baseball.
And that is Ben Rudnick in the Challenger Baseball song. We're going to get back to our guests from the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League right after I let you know that support for WEFT programming is made possible in part by New Prairie Solar, a division of New Prairie Construction Company in Urbana, offering custom solar systems for energy efficiency. More information, including custom consulting, is available at newprairiesolar.com or by calling 217-344-5131. We have baseball hats and baseball jerseys here in the studio today at the WEFT, and great to have Tom Gray, the commissioner of the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League, also Rick Schoell. You know him very well here at WEFT, and one of the co-chairs of the league. So we're talking about the league and some of the origins. How do the games work? They're a couple times a week. How's the schedule work?
So our season starts in May. So we do a lot of things prior to that. So there's a lot of work put into with committees, members, and as we organize this, our games start in May. So we'll have 4 weeks in May and 4 weeks in June that we play, and we play on Tuesday nights. Play on Saturdays, and within those games we do different special events. We have a celebrity night, we have a U of I night, we have a picnic that we do at the end of the season along with trophies for all of our players. And then a lot of people think Challenger League is just those 2 months, where we are actually doing something year-round. So on top of that, we have a tri-city tournament game between Paris, Danville, and ourselves, because they have also their own league that we helped develop. So they didn't have leagues till they came to us, and we helped them structure.
That's very nice.
So that's kind of what the games are as far as May and June.
Yeah. And you mentioned Celebrity Night. Rick is spotlighted that night. I'm sure as a local celebrity. But you also at some point during the year, is it the final game of the year where you're out at Illini Field?
We have several special, what we call evenings throughout the season. We have a celebrity night, as you mentioned, where a lot of local community leaders come out. Right. And then we have an Illini night, which brings the Illini coaches and volunteers out. We have a special sort of what we call end of season awards and picnic day. And then we have the All-Star game, which is out at Eichelberger Field, thanks to the University of Illinois, one of our great partners in all of this. Yeah. And usually in mid-July, the All-Star game is at Eichelberger Field. About well over half of our players participate in that. We divide up into teams.
It's going to be really exciting for them.
It truly is, and the community comes out and supports it. It's not uncommon to have those stands almost completely full. So those are some of the special things that go on throughout the year.
That's fantastic.
So if everybody's thinking about the All-Star game, when you think about baseball, you usually have 9 players on the field and officials. So that many players. The last time I did a head count on one of our all-star games, we had 92 people on the field. Wow. So that was all the U of I volunteers from the wrestling group, the basketball, every sport there was, football. And they came out. Mike Namoth starts off pitching, and every once in a while he'll throw an onion, which is just is a crowd pleaser at that point. But there's so many people out there, and it's great to watch it. We really like to thank Josh and his group, Whitman, and their group for being able to pull that all together.
Well, it's the old adage, it takes a village, right? You have all these dedicated people. We want to talk about a little bit more about some of the kids and opportunities to volunteer. We're going to go next into Kenny Rogers, who wants to talk. Does it need any introduction?
I don't think so.
Maybe not.
It tells a story.
It does. It's Kenny Rogers on WEFT. The greatest is the name of the song. It's in parentheses the baseball song.
I could pitch that good.
Listeners supported volunteer run since 1981. WEFT and Kenny Rogers there. We're talking baseball, and Tom Gray, the commissioner of the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League here, Rick Schoell from WEFT and Kiwanis, and one of the co-chairs of the league. Also, we're live here in the studio of WEFT in downtown Champaign. We talked a little bit, guys, before this on the number of kids that are typically involved in a season.
So this coming season, last season we had 140, and that was the largest group of players that we've had. And Rick will probably attest to this, that most of them out of that 140 all showed up at some point.
Wow.
To play. So with 10 teams, you're talking 12 to 14 kids a team. Our growth is really started year after year after year to where we're at the level we are now. And I see it backing off a little bit, and it's usually 2 steps forward, 1 step back, but we're always moving forward in our growth.
And typically, go ahead. I'm sorry.
There's so many other kids
I was
that
gonna say,
that we're missing.
Yeah, it's typically word of mouth that this league has grown, but and awareness is important. Rick, we were talking off the air. Great sponsors out there, companies, corporate underwriting people that get involved, but. It's really incumbent about everybody out there to learn about the league and spread the word. There are a lot of kids that should be out there playing.
Right. So we always take the opportunity to advertise as much as we possibly can to get the word out there. So between our sponsors, and we have some great sponsors within the community that help us, and then we got a huge Facebook presence along with CU Kiwanis, along with Tom Jones Challenger League, radio shows. News Gazette has just been a phenomenal supporter of ours too,
Sure.
And we've had a great presence there. So I think we're really well known. We're not a hidden secret, but there's usually those players. Like I was saying earlier, there'd be somebody in a store, and I'd be looking at their child, and I'm going, they don't play for us yet. So we start this conversation. It's kind of odd in a grocery store when you start this conversation with a stranger.
You're an ambassador, and you're passionate about this.
And next thing I know, we've got them playing because they're new to the community and they don't know things yet. So
that's wonderful.
So that's kind of how those things start. As we grow and get bigger, we have to make a decision there. So how many teams, how many days, do we expand the season? There's a lot that we have to consider as board members. So.
Yeah, been a lot of organic growth there. You guys play a couple of times during the week, a couple of different days?
Yeah, we have Tuesday evenings, and we'll start the first Tuesday in May. We start at 6 o'clock, and then another game at 7:10, and then we'll play every Saturday after that up until the end of June, with games starting at 8 a.m., 9:10, and 10:20 accordingly. So we have 3 games on Saturday mornings, and invite everybody to come out. Our home field is out at Ambooks Park on East University Avenue. There's the Challenger League field out there, and that's our home. Yeah. And it's become a very special place for us. And just if I'll invite everybody to come out and just experience the league. I mean, the games are 1 hour or 3 innings. Every player bats. Every player's in the field. We have open practices periodically and early on before the season, and we, all of our players work on their skills. I mean, both fielding, running the bases, batting, and then that's reflected in our games. Again, every player hits. Right. Every player runs the bases. Every player scores, and we have one basic rule, and that is
everybody has fun.
That's right.
That's our beginning role, our first role, and our last role. Everybody has.
That's a good role. Let's have some more fun musically and play again. I think a song that, again, doesn't need any introduction at all from John Fogerty. 90.1 FM, WEFT. You're listening to My Favorite Vinyl. Good morning. I'm Don Tanner. Tom Gray, the commissioner of the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League, in with us, as well as Rick Schoell. They're co-chairs of this league. And guys, we have a few more minutes. We're going to play one more baseball theme song. But as you get ready to start the season, you're looking right now for volunteers, but also players, potentially?
Oh, that's correct. So registration is going on at this time, so they can register online. So anybody that wants to register their child as a player, there's quite a few different opportunities there. They can go to tomjonesleague.org.
Okay.
Or they just go to Tom Jones League on Facebook, and there's a couple different avenues that they can go to register. So our registration has changed. We used to do a lot of paper registration, and people used to register through the Park District, who is actually one of our partners in this
Right.
our organization. And so we've gone to really digital online type registration with a new group, and I think it's gone really, really well. I believe we worked out all the kinks. This is our first year, so it's a pilot project for us.
Yeah.
And we're pretty pleased with that. Also, volunteers, if they want to volunteer, they can also go to our webpage, and there's an avenue where they can go ahead and volunteer. Our volunteers, so one is we have 140 kids, so we've got 10 teams, and we'll have 3 coaches, if not more, per team.
Okay.
And Rick takes care of all the coaches, and he's in charge of them and getting them all trained up. We got our training session. You could probably talk a little bit more about that.
Sure. We have our coaches meeting coming up actually tomorrow evening, and then we have skills day, and then into the league. And what we do is we familiarize volunteers with the players. They get to know them. Generally, a coach pitches and a volunteer will catch. But also, each player has what we call buddies, and the buddy works with the player, both in terms of the skill and just being with them throughout the game, and they develop a special relationship there. So
buddy would be at the plate with a youngster, run the bases, out in the field with them as well?
You got it. Absolutely.
Okay. And if someone wants to volunteer, and I'm one of those, can you volunteer by game? You can volunteer for the season. How does that typically work?
All of those. So, so if you wanted to come out for the whole season and say, I want to be a part of the fixture here and be at every single game, we'll have you do that, and we'll probably ask you to be a coach down the road. So, see, just I'm warning you ahead of time what happens to some of our volunteers. So they really want to be involved in some way and make a big difference when it comes down to our players' lives and parents' lives. So just a little history. Tom Jones at one time said, "I do not want the parents to coach. I don't want them. I want them on the bleachers to sit back, relax a little bit, and enjoy their kids playing baseball." So they didn't want them to coach. They didn't want them to be volunteers, and
let them savor those moments.
Yes, but parents. So parents want to coach. They want to be involved. They want to. Especially the way our league runs, they just love it. So they just want to be a part of it. And that's one of the things that Tom asked me to do is just let them watch the game. And at some point, I broke the rule. And
you evolved.
Yeah,
You're evolving.
We evolved, and man, we have some of the best coaches and some people on the committee, and
That's wonderful.
And our parents are just absolutely wonderful. And so if they have a child that they know that a buddy may not be able to handle because they might be a runner or they have other different issues, they don't listen or what have you, and the parent may want to go ahead and be their buddy for that game, and we've had those situations where they feel a lot more comfortable doing that.
It's understandable.
And so we've been, we're talking 400 a year of volunteers.
Wow.
They really have to step up, and they're
that's
coming
terrific.
from different places in the community, from youth baseball league. All the way to our sponsors, and we have a great sponsor in Coca-Cola, and they have always stepped up and been a great partner with us, and they usually sponsor our All-Star game, and they really help out there.
That's fantastic. Well, guys, we're out of time. It goes so fast, but thank you both for everything that you do, and you're here representing a lot of volunteers and parents and the kids that participate in this. Such an important endeavor. One more time, if someone wants to get involved, where do they go? What are the best ways to do that?
I think the best way is you can go directly to our website, which is tomjonesleague.org, and then check out our Facebook at Tom Jones League. Those are the two best ways to communicate. Let us know you want to get involved. Or, like I said, come out to Ambucks Park some night in some Tuesday evening in May or Saturday morning in May and June and experience the league firsthand.
And the times again, Tuesday nights from?
We start at 6 p.m., and the second game's at 7, and then on Saturday mornings we start at 8 a.m. with 3 games.
All right. Fantastic. Well, league's going to start. If you'd like to get involved, please do and contact these guys, and I'll see you out at the ballpark for as we look at more glory days for the league for the 2026. That, of course, is the boss. Wrapped up our segment with the folks from the CU Kiwanis Tom Jones Challenger League, and really appreciated them coming out and telling us about the league. It starts in May, but they're looking for volunteers and the like. So if you need more information, they've left the website. I'll find that and get that to you here again in a second or so. WEFT weather, sunny today, windy this afternoon, looking for a high of 56 or so. And then they're calling for a freeze watch overnight with a low of 32, freezing. And then tomorrow, a mix of sun and clouds and a high back up to 48. It's 46 right now in town. But we're going to combine the vinyl vault and the I Bet You Haven't Heard in a While file today. So we're going to head to the WEFT basement and go to the vault. Need to spin the wheel a little bit to open up the door and see what happened on this date in history, April 6th. 1966, the Beatles began recording Tomorrow Never Knows from the classic Revolver. 1974 today, ABBA won the Eurovision Song Contest with the song Waterloo. And also in 1974, a song that I bet you haven't heard in a while, it's a remake of the B.J. Thomas Hooked on a Feeling song, hit number 1 in the U.S. by a band out of Sweden. You'll remember this one.
Hookah shaka, hookah, hookah, hookah shaka, hookah, hookah. Blessed are the poor, Jah kingdom come, open up the door.
That's a little reggae pickup for you on this Monday morning. Roz Dave, name of that artist, and the song Jah Kingdom Come from his latest vinyl record, Gospel of Truth, Volume 1. B.J. Thomas and the I Bet You Haven't Heard in a While file, also from the Vinyl Vault, kind of combine those two. How are you? It's about 16 minutes in front of 8, make that in front of 9 o'clock. And my name is Don Tanner. This is My Favorite Vinyl. You'll see how much more I can get in the next couple minutes. Lots of new stuff I would like to play for you. But we do have something coming up from a local artist, from a local label, as a matter of fact. Also, I'm going to play a couple songs back-to-back. Ringo Starr and Paul McCartney have new records out. We'll play those for you. Tango musicians, dancers, and audiences from across the country will gather in Champaign-Urbana for the 2026 CU Tango Music Festival, April 16th through the 19th. Presented by CU Tango Music, the 4-day festival celebrates Argentine tango through live music, dance performances, social dancing, educational programming, and community events hosted at venues across the area. For more information and event schedule, cutangomusic.org, cutangomusic.org. We had a couple folks on from the Tom Jones Challenger League, and I mentioned I would get that information on if you were interested in learning more about the league, either to volunteer, maybe you have a child that should know about this league and be a part of. You can go to Tom Jones Challenger, let's try that again. TomJonesLeague@gmail.com is their email address. Website is tomjonesleague.org, and you can also find the Tom Jones League on Facebook and also Instagram as well. I'm going to play you now a song from an artist, Roselli. And she is a University of Illinois grad. I think she is now living in Chicago. And she recorded this next record, Honeymoon, on the local Pretzel Records label. Let's get that on the air for you on WEFT. That's brand new Ringo Starr on WEFT, a song called Choose Love. That is actually a re-recorded version of a song originally out in 2005. It's from his forthcoming Long, Long Road album. It'll be out in April, once again produced by T-Bone Burnett, who produced Ringo's country album about a year ago. So Ringo's putting out a lot of good new stuff. Going to play some Paul McCartney here in a moment, and also a remix of an old Marvin Gaye song that I wanted to get on the air for you. Not going to have time for some Dirt Wire that I wanted to play, but we'll do that next time. Support for My Favorite Vinyl is provided in part by CU CD and Vinyl in downtown Urbana. New and used CDs and vinyl, including rare imports and limited releases. SEEYOU CD and Vinyl, located behind the Elm City Roastery on Main Street in Urbana, and CU CD and Vinyl on all social platforms. Also, the views and opinions expressed on air are solely those of the speaker and do not necessarily represent those of WEFT Champaign, Prairie Air Incorporated, Station Management, the Board of Directors, or the WEFT Associates. Far Out Magazine recently asked Paul McCartney what his favorite vinyl was, his favorite records. He said the music from Big Pink by the band, Pet Sounds from the Beach Boys, and also Harvest from Neil Young. Thought that was kind of interesting. And he has a new album coming out. It's called The Boys of Dungeon Lane. It'll be out in May 29th. They're saying that this is a very introspective LP and draws heavily from his youth in Liverpool. It'll feature 14 new tracks. It's being deemed a solo album with him playing the majority of the instruments, and is produced by Andrew Watt, who worked recently with the Rolling Stones. He recorded that over the past 5 years in L.A. and Sussex. We're going to play a song called Days We Left Behind next. And first, lastly, actually, I want to say thanks for listening. We do appreciate it. Monday Morning Jazz is coming up next at 9 o'clock. And I won't be back with you next week. Eric Boland, station manager, is going to be sitting in for My Favorite Vinyl. But I will be with you in about 2 weeks. So thanks again for listening, and to be sure to make it a great day.
Looking back at white and black,